the Benicia Chronicles series and Wolf of Wessex. And I haven't done one of these live things for a while, and it's a bit of an unusual time for me to do it. It's the middle of the day. It's actually, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock UK time. So yeah, unusual. I should normally be writing. In fact, I should be writing, and I would be writing if I wasn't so easily distracted. But I am, like many people, easily distracted, and a box arrived, and I haven't opened it yet. I've just started to open it, and I thought, you know what? I bet this is the paperback of A Night of Flames. If it isn't, then it's going to be a fun live unboxing, because I'll pull it, whatever is in there, out, and you'll see it's not what I thought it was, which, you know, that could be fun as well. And that's happened to me before. I did an unboxing a while ago, and I thought it was the latest book, and it was actually some older books or something with new covers or something different. So if that happens, that'll be fun too. We'll see that. And I'll have to change the title of the video. And I've got a few other updates as well. And I thought, as I haven't done one of these things for a while, then why not open the box live? And you can see what it is, and so can I. And I'll show you the cover and, you know, the book and everything. And yeah, and I talk about a few other bits and pieces as well. So let's do the unboxing first, and then I'll talk about the other stuff. So here's a box which I received in the post. Blue obviously went mad. Blue is actually lying down just there. I would move the camera and show him, but when I do that, it ends up disconnecting the camera. USB port, I think, is a bit dodgy. So anyway, I've started making I made a start on this. I have some trusty scissors here, not the cool switchblade or whatever it is that Giles Christian uses, because obviously he's cooler than me. I just use scissors. But, you know, one day I'll use my axe or something to open the box. So there's lots of stuff here. I'm sure that the microphone's probably picking up a lot of this noise. Oh, thank you, Simon. I love you too. Simon Blunsden, friend of mine, just said he loves me. Right, lots of packaging comes, which is useful. And recently I've been packaging stuff up and being annoyed with myself because I threw away all this packaging that I received. And I could have done with it, but now I have some more, so that's all good. There's a little thing here which says author copies, because anyone who didn't know, authors receive a few copies of their books when they're published for free, which is nice. And it is, as I thought, there's a whole box full of them. And it's this book. It is A Night of Flames, and it's the paperback. So I'm just going to put the box down out of the way so that I don't knock it on the floor on the dog's head or something, which could be... Oh, bang the microphone, sorry about that. Right. Okay, hopefully I'm still online. Yep, still here. Yeah. So yeah, the comments are coming in about opening the box with an axe. Yeah, that'll be it. I'll just I'll have the box of books and just hack it open with the axe, but that probably would defeat the object of opening the box. Anyway, you'll be pleased to know, everyone watching as well, that I remembered to plug in my on-air thing. Obviously, everything very important. So anyway, here's the paperback. It's got the same cover as the hardback and the ebook, so there's no great surprise there, but it looks great. Oh, I can see bits of Theodore Brun's name are rubbed off, which is not a great sign with the silver or the gold. Actually, I should say gold, not the silver. But it's Theodore Brun, but his name's slightly rubbed off there. Poor guy. I don't know if that's just a few of the books. Hopefully, it's not all of them. You can still read his name. I'm sure it's just worn out in the box. But anyway, you see my name here, which is, I suppose, the important thing, and the title of the book. A wild land, a lethal fanatic, a violent revolt. Oh, and you can see that in the spine, they've gone for the title of the series as well, Time for Swords 2 in there. We had a bit of a conversation about this last time I was in the publisher's office in London. I saw they'd done this on this book, and now I think the latest Benicia Chronicles books as well, they've got the, it says on the spine or somewhere, it says the Benicia Chronicles 2 or 3 or whatever. And, well, what do you think about it? Because I'm not sure about it. I mean, obviously, the series, I think, are better read in order, but also I write each book, so hopefully it's a standalone or works as a standalone as well. And so I kind of thought that it was a good idea not to have the issue number or the number of the series on the cover, so as to avoid putting people off. But let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments and let me know what you think. And there's the back. Nice comments there from Paul Fraser Collard, great writer, who writes the Jack Lark series, and also Christian Cameron, who is, I think yesterday was his 60th birthday. So happy birthday to Christian Cameron. He's an amazingly prolific author, writes as Miles Cameron as well, and has tons of historical fiction novels under the Christian Cameron name and fantasy under Miles Cameron, and I think some sci-fi now as well. So I can't keep up with the books that he writes. He writes more books than I can read, which is not that difficult because I'm a slow reader, but he really does write a lot. So, and he's very good and very generous as well. So if you haven't read any of Christian Cameron or Miles Cameron's stuff, then do so. And the same I'd say for Paul Fraser Collard, who writes great books. Although he's not as prolific as Christian. Oh yeah, so look on the back there. It's got a little mention of A Time for Swords and Wolf of Wessex. I think just because it's a standalone, so nice to get a little mention in there. Also a bit of a link with the Viking stuff. Inside, we've got nice quotes from all sorts of people in the front. Angus Donald saying nice things. Angus is always nice. Jamal Evans, Giles Christian, saying nice things too. Theodore Brunn, Historical Novel Society. List of all the books published to date. The list is getting long. Dedications and all that. Then the maps for this one are nice. For the first time, I've got a couple of different maps. So you've got on the one side over here, you've got the beginning of the voyage where they travel with the edge of Britain, north of Britain and Northumbria, and on this side, it's the area of Norway where they go and their trip through the fjords and up the river and through the lakes and things there. Okay, well, looking good. Not going to read it all now. Hoping it's good. It's also, of course, available ebook, audio, hardback. But if you've been holding out for the paperback, it's out on the 1st of September. And I've put links in the description to Amazon and also to some independent bookshop sale points, The Hive and also bookshop.org. So go into your local bookshop and order it, or you can order online. If your local bookshop haven't got it in stock, it wouldn't surprise me at all. So please go in and ask for it and they'll order it in. Or as I say, you can order through those links that I've put in the description and they will deliver to either to your door or to your local bookshop, however you prefer to get it. Or of course, deliver straight off of Amazon and get it as soon as it comes out. So anyway, that's that. Very nice to see. A Night of Flames. If you haven't read it already, please do so. And if you have and left a review, thank you very much. If you haven't, when you do and you read it, and hopefully you will enjoy it, leave me a nice review. And that would be nice. So that's that. I'm actually right at the moment working on I'm working on book 3 right now of the Night of Flames series. As it untitled, I've got a few possible titles, but yeah, not finished. I'm really only a few thousand words into it. I've got like a rough synopsis, which has been agreed. And that's part of the news, I guess. If you're not aware, I have already signed a contract for the next Hunlaf book, so the sequel to A Night of Flames, and the next Bernicia Chronicles book. Of course, Forest of Foes, which is book 9 in the Bernicia Chronicles, is out in December. That's already written and pretty much done and dusted, ready to come out. And so I signed a contract for the next one of each of those series and another book as well, standalone, which I'll talk more about when I've actually started writing it. So at the moment, I'm beginning to feel the terrible pressure of having to get these books written, because now they've got dates assigned to the deliverables. So I've actually got to deliver them, so they can go into the editing process and move on through. That is my job, but it's still it's still quite a pressure when I realise, oh my goodness, I've got to write something that lives up to the other books, and and come up with all the ideas and write it. It's definitely the most difficult thing, coming up with the ideas and making it all work. But anyway, I've made a start, which is often the most difficult thing. I know some writers say that starting the book is easy. I find it's kind of easy in some ways, but in other ways it's difficult, because I know that I'm trying to live up to the expectations of the previous books, and I'm kind of trying to pull in information from those books and sort of tell the story, what's happened up till now, and ease people into the story, but also make it exciting. And I kind of second guess myself a lot. You're kind of laying the groundwork for what has got to come in the story, but also paint the picture of what's happened before and build up to that point. So yeah, I'm kind of just having to sort of force myself to plow on through into the story, and then think I can go back later on and rewrite those first scenes to make everything tie up. But sometimes it's difficult to sort of, for me at least, to sort of get into the story. But I'm getting there, and just come up to the big first fight, which is always good at the beginning of a book to have a big fight. Couple of other updates that I was going to make. So we've got Night of Flames, as I said, is out in English and paperback on the 1st of September. Also out, I think, on the 1st of September is the German version of The Serpent's Sword, which is not called The Serpent's Sword. It's called something else, like Sword and Power, I think, or Sword and Honor in German. And it's coming out with the publisher Goldman in Germany, and that's my first book coming out in German. The first 3 of the Venetia Chronicles are coming out, spaced out by a couple of months each, 2 or 3 months each. I think the third one, Blood and Blade, is out in January or February next year in Germany. So fingers crossed they do well. If you're a German reader and you haven't read my books yet, then please, I hope you pick them up, and I hope you enjoy them. I presume if those books do well, then they'll pick up more of my books, and that would be fantastic. So really hope they do well. There's a great market for books in Germany, and it would be wonderful to be part of that. So fingers crossed. And if you know any German readers and you think they'd enjoy The Serpent's Sword, then let them know that I've got that book coming out, and hopefully they will join the series and enjoy it. What else have I got? I'm just looking down at my list here, because I scribbled down some notes before I came on to try and make sure I didn't miss things. So yeah, it's been a busy summer so far. As I say, I've started this the third one in the Hunlaf series, in the A Time for Swords series. Got the German books coming out. Of course, another thing that has happened is I've started the podcast with Stephen A. Mackay, Rock, Paper, Swords. If you haven't listened to that podcast yet, or you haven't stumbled across it, or me or Stephen mentioning it, then the link again to that, the links are in the description of this video. And we just talk about all sorts of things. We've recorded quite a few episodes now. A few are out, and we've got more already recorded coming out. And we've got some great episodes lined up, some that we've already recorded with guests, and we've got some great news of really fantastic guests coming up as well. So watch this space, and I guarantee that there will be guests coming up that you will be interested in listening to and excited to listen to. And Stephen and I are really excited by some of the things we've got coming up, not just with some fantastic guests who really are, A-list author guests, but also some of the some of the podcasts that we've done, which is just us talking about things. We've had a blast recording some of those already. So we've got some of those coming up. So watch this space. We talk about all sorts of different things, from television series to films to books to music. there should be something there for everybody who likes action and adventure and historical fiction and rock music. So bits and pieces for everyone. And we have great fun recording the podcast, and I hope you have a good time listening to them. If you've enjoyed them, or if you listen and enjoy them, please let us know. Drop us a comment on social media and let your friends know if you know of anybody you think would enjoy those podcasts, because obviously the more people we get to listen to them, the better for us, and the more chance that we'll be able to carry on doing them. And people, if people listen, that's great. So far, the response has been great. So hopefully it will continue in that way. I don't have a lot more to say. Just that, as I've said, I'm ploughing ahead now with the writing, getting back into the swing of things. It's coming towards the end of the summer now, so I think I'm going to fall into the routine of writing every day again, because it's been difficult to keep that momentum over the summer. So I'll be writing every day. If you're interested in more sort of detail behind the scenes stuff, and also reading some unreleased material that I'm only releasing there at the moment, check out my Patreon. And then again, the link is in the description. So there I talk about all sorts of little bits and pieces ahead of schedule or ahead of public release, and as I say, release also snippets of writing and other things that are behind the scenes, or even there's a whole novella on there that I've been releasing for patrons as well. There's a couple of short stories that I've released in the past as well. So if you're interested in that, then please feel free. There's all sorts of different rewards you can get for signing up at different levels. Obviously you don't need to do that, but it's great if you can. So thanks to everybody that's bought my books this year so far and left reviews. It's been great, and it's it's going pretty well. So just see that there's been a response here from Lainey Mack. What have you said, Lainey? Well, just about the numbering. I'm not sure. I think having the volume number on the spine is good for those who have read your books, but also I can see why it might put off new reader who wants to read as a standalone, as you said. Yeah, well, that's kind of my thinking. The publishers obviously had their way. It's up to them. They decided the numbering on the spine of the books. So for those who don't remember, if anybody's watching this bit in isolation. So yeah, this sort of numbering of the thing. I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Can be great, but I could imagine it could put people off. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to go back to the writing. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to go back to writing Hunlaf and friends involved in some sort of sea battle. You have to see where that is and who they're fighting, and that should be around sometime next year, I guess, when the third Hunlaf book comes out. But until then, happy reading. Thanks for all your support,